All right, my name's Sky, and this is my brother Jared, and we're getting ready to go do some shed hunting in elk territory. So it'll be pretty fun.
Well, we're going shed hunting. It's gonna be epic. We're gonna find an elk shed and walk around the woods for a couple hours. Well, every year, elk grow antlers out of their head. Bone comes out of their head. Well, every year, about April, March, late March, they shed those antlers and drop them off so they can grow new ones, bigger ones, better ones. And we're gonna go look for the ones they dropped off this year.
Come on, let's go. So we've been looking for sheds for a while. We haven't found anything yet, but typically here in western Washington, about anywhere from 80 to 200 years ago, the loggers came in, they chopped down these giant trees, and in order to do it, they had to make notches in here, and they put big old sticks or boards in here. They'd stick out like this, real flat, and then they would stand on top of the board, right here, this high, and they would either chop the tree down, or they would saw it down. So that's what these are. I'm not sure what it's called, but that's what it is. So right now in particular we're looking for elk sheds, and the way you can tell if elk have been around is, see this? They eat these branches, and this is actually right there, that's been eaten off. A lot of this whole area has been eaten. They've been here. So we found some elk hair.
So what you're looking at now, this is called an elk rub. What elk do in the springtime and in the fall, what they'll do is they'll rub off their velvet, off their antlers. As it grows, they have this velvet, a lot like fleece, and they'll try to rub it off and polish those antlers in the fall time to make their horns really nice and shiny.
Here's some elk droppings, probably maybe 3-4 days old, still soft. Now that right there is less than a day or less. Elk bone. Here I think we found a little rabbit skull. Either a bobcat skull or maybe a beaver. Look at that. No. Not a beaver.
What is that? Is that a tooth? That's
Yeah, it looks like, yeah, it's a tooth.
No, that's a jaw. That's a piece of the jaw. That's the bottom jaw. This is small. There it is. The bottom jaw should be right here. There it is.
Oh, there you go.
Could be a possum.
Yeah, that looks like a possum jaw. Totally.
It's pretty. You see how thin it is? It's probably a possum. Let's see.
That right there are 2 deer jawbones.
Dude, you found it. Let's go.
Go get it. Sweet.
That's an old one.
Here we go. How old do you think it is?
That's, I'd say, 6, 7 years old at least. There you go. First one of the day.
Here we go, dude. First one of the day. So it would have sat like this.
Right on there. That's a nice bull.
Yeah,
Probably a 5-point.
Put in 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5.
5 or a small 6.
5 or a small 6.
Cool. Let's do a couple circles, I guess.
So what we're going to do now is put up a little ribbon right here, so that we can do some circles around and look for the other one if there's a pair. All right, we got some more elk fur. Looks like elk hair. Definitely from their belly, because the belly is white. There he goes.
That's a blue, man. That's
Oh yeah, I can see him right way up in there.
Well, what we got here is an old bear bait. This is a tree stand, probably at least 10 years old, at least probably closer to 20 years old. About 15 years ago, baiting black bears became illegal in Washington, And so this is probably around the time that it became illegal to bait bears that this was put up and stuff. Now, we know it's a bear bait because right over here we got a barrel, and they used to put food and donuts and molasses and all different kinds of stuff that's really smelly to attract the bears. Then they'd sit up in the tree stand, wait for them to come in, and then shoot a bear. Well, just found a beaver skull. We're in the middle of a forest, no water around, but we find a beaver skull. See the big teeth? Well, when beavers first get born, if it's a male, they gotta set out on their own to find their own water, which is probably what this beaver was doing and got caught by a coyote or something. Beaver's teeth never stop growing, and this is a reason why. Check out how long this beaver tooth is. Extends all the way into the jaw.
Right here you can kind of see what an elk print looks like. See how it kind of curves around there. The two hooves go around with a crease in the middle. So we've been looking for antlers and sheds and found all kinds of stuff. We found a couple skulls, a bunch of old bones, and a lot of tracks. There's a lot of elk sign up here. We found this thing right here. It's been great, and we've made our way up to the valley, up to the edge of the valley, the cliff here, and we're going to go ahead and turn around and make our way back, kind of do a big circle and check out some of the area that we haven't seen yet. So, pretty cool view from up here. So here we got, looks like a deer skull, a doe skull. All right, we think we heard some elk over here. We know, we saw them. We're gonna see if we can get close to them. Some elk. They headed off that direction. We didn't get a good look at them, but I did see one. Sorry we didn't get it on camera, though. Man, he was just saying that, like, this is a good area.
We've just been walking through this area. We're seeing all these different tracks and stuff. Pretty much walked up behind these elk. They were walking along probably about 70 yards out in front of us. I think they must have heard us coming, and then they just vanished. They just disappeared off into the woods. We tried to circle around them, couldn't get back on them again.
All right, this is Sky and Jared signing off. We had a pretty good day of antler and shed hunting. Found a bunch of stuff. Saw a couple elk. It was good. And we did it for about 3 or 4 hours. Made a couple big loops. Probably hiked, what, 5 or 6 miles?
Maybe.
Maybe 4 or 5 miles, something like that. Yeah,